Welcome to Geeks Corner Reports. I'm Mr. DAPs.
And I'm Delia.
And I'm Johnny 5.
And tonight we are going to be talking about Lunasin and some of the things that have come out of the science from Lunasin. And I bet none of you have even heard of Lunasin. If you've heard of Lunasin, leave us a comment. So guys, what is Lunasin?
Would you like to?
Ladies first. Go ahead.
Ladies first. Go
Delia.
Well, Lunasin is actually a subunit. It's a soy peptide that comes within the soybean, and it's something that helps with health, and it's actually the thing that makes soy good.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, in a soybean.
Yeah.
Nutshell.
So it's like one of the building blocks of the soy. Like we have cells and stuff, and it has peptides and other
So
things.
it's like the Legos of
of
cellular
Exactly.
growth.
A building block.
Yeah, and it was discovered in 1996 by a really awesome guy named Dr. Alfredo Galvez, if I can say his name right. I almost said Galvez. Galvez, yeah. I don't know. I'm
Dr.
just,
Fred.
you know, it's late, whatever. So what's really cool about it is they already know through scientific studies, there's been a bunch of them. Do you know how many?
No.
50?
They said, I was going to say,
There's like 50 from like all these universities and stuff.
There's more and more every day.
And there's more, yeah. I think I heard 30 ongoing studies about this stuff currently.
Okay.
But they know it's helping with heart health, cholesterol management, inflammation reduction, antioxidant benefits. What's that mean? Does anybody really know what antioxidant means? Like you know it's good for you, but really what's antioxidants?
I had to look this up. Apparently,
I'm glad.
like there's free radicals that'll try to oxidize your cells, and it'll literally like
Radical, like that thing we used to say in the 90s?
Yeah, like radical, but it's free,
Radical,
man. It's
dude.
free. It's not
Okay.
So it's
down to the
really
man.
edgy.
Yeah, it's out there, but it'll do awful. Like it'll damage your cells and your tissues, and antioxidants will like placate them, and they're like, here, have your oxidation. So that it doesn't destroy the rest of you looking for it. So
it's healthier.
And the cool thing about that is that the antioxidants are already balanced in and of themselves. So even though the free radicals are unbalanced, you know, you have those friends that are a little unbalanced. So
Are you saying it's bringing order to chaos? Is that what you're saying?
basically,
Yes.
yeah.
Wow, that's
It's
so
the
cool.
calm friend in the bunch, and it's unaffected by the crazy friend that's unbalanced.
Why are you pointing at me?
Because we all have
This was
one
a
of
general
those.
motion.
I love how everybody in the room was all going like this. I don't know. I'm sorry, Johnny. Maybe they were pointing at the dog that's not there. Never mind. And Blue Bear is way over there. So
Don't
maybe.
point at Blueberry. He's not the unbalanced one.
Okay, you said it, not me. So it helps with antioxidants, improved immunity, cellular health it's helping with, which is always good to have healthy cells because healthy cells is healthy living, I guess. And then it's also a cancer preventative, which I think is fantastic because I would
People have been
prefer.
looking for those for a while.
What's the downside?
The interesting thing is that as like you watch Food Inc. and things like that, and you see Americans been trying to. Wow, grammar. America has been moving toward like more food and cheaper food, but not really better food. So the Lunasin is one of those things that just gets washed out as they process it. They're like, what's this gray stuff? Probably doesn't matter, wash it out. And then give some, it gets through the process.
So are you saying we shouldn't wash our hands?
No, we should. You see what I do? Anyway, no, like.
Somebody laughed.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, they're cleaning it. It's like they're spraying it with chemicals and stuff, and
They're almost killing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're dissolving this Lunasin away.
And it's really a part of a bigger science called epigenetics.
Yeah.
And epigenetics blows my mind because it's really changing the fundamental
It's
building blocks. Yeah, it's changing everything I thought I knew growing up and going to school, where they're really saying like genetics is the final. You know, like that's the end all be all is you're born with your genes and whatever you get, you get.
Yeah.
And now it's turning out that it's not exactly that. What do you like?
We could spend a whole hour on this.
Let's do it. I mean, it'd be so much fun, right?
It's a study like geology or any of these other things. We could take hours. So we're gonna link a couple of videos in the description.
Absolutely.
One from Nova and one from another channel called SciShow that I think both do.
Do you think of Short Circuit when you see Nova?
No.
What was the name of the organization in Nova? Or I mean, in Short Circuit.
It might have been Nova, but that's not what I think of.
It just made that link
I think
in my
of the
head.
car
Anyway,
that
keep
didn't
going.
sell well in Mexico because it means no go.
That one too. that was a poor choice.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue on.
Do you want to talk about epigenetics?
Yeah, definitely. I think the cool thing about epigenetics is not just about the fact that they aren't reversible. I mean, just because my genes say I have to, I'm predisposed to something doesn't mean I have to have it. For example, cancer, for example, diabetes, high blood pressure, it just goes on and on. But the cool thing about that is, I think we had something about, they're inheritable. So yes, you can get them from your family. They're self-perpetuating, but they're also reversible. So that's really cool. And not only that, what I eat today is going to affect my children and my grandchildren. So the thought that, I can do whatever I want, it doesn't matter, doesn't really hold any water. Yeah. Unfortunately.
That was the interesting thing that I saw is like epigenetics is the study that your genes, your genetics are your DNA strand. That's what tells your body like I'm Johnny 5 and that's Mr. DAPs. We have different DNA, and that our DNA code mine has 5s etched into each gene. I'm pretty sure.
Look in a microscope, that's all you see.
It's true. Scientists microscope me. But epigenetics is like external things. So your environment, your eating habits, right. your exercise, all of those kind of things, like determine which of those genes get expressed or how much they get expressed.
And it's flipping switches, right?
Yeah, it's flipping switches, or it's saying like, okay, a little bit more, a little bit less, things like that. Like epigenetics is why the body changes for like pregnancy or things like that.
Well, and I love the Nova video too, because the Nova video talks about the twins.
Yes.
And they're completely identical twins, yet one gets cancer, one doesn't, one gains weight, one doesn't. And it's really interesting because they have the exact same fundamental building blocks, yet they've built something different. The body's changed and built something different because of epigenetics, if I'm understanding the science correctly. And it's really going to be a growth process for all of us because it's what, 10, 15 years old.
It's a really new science,
And it's really just now coming into the forefront of the scientific community where it's being recognized. The Nova video is a couple years old, but
And they were starting to see hints of this like back when they were making Parent Trap. So, I mean...
Were they?
I don't know.
They looked identical to me.
They did.
Well, they were pretty close.
Yeah.
Weren't they the same person?
They were
No, they weren't.
Mm-hmm.
They were two sisters.
Thanks for ruining the magic there. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Epigenetics is cool. Check out those videos if you want more, these are the scientists telling you the new science going on.
It's fantastic. And go ahead.
The cool thing is that with genes, like you said, they don't change, but they can change how they express themselves. So, growing up, people always said, well, you can't change how you feel, but you can change how you express yourself. So I kind of think of it like that. So
yeah, and I liked the analogy that I've seen in a couple of places where it's like you can have a group of words and you can change the punctuation and it means a completely different thing.
Exactly.
And that's why it's so important to proofread.
Yep. Because let's eat grandpa is very different from let's eat grandpa.
Exactly. So make sure you get that right. And that's really the importance of going back to, how does Lunasin and epigenetics, what's the link?
Well, that's when you were going through that list of benefits that it has, that's part of it. Like,
so it's switching off your genetics
to having cancer,
right.
Then it can switch that off and say, no, we're not going to do cancer for you because you're getting good instructions. If you get bad instructions, then all of a sudden the genes start shorting out and short circuit.
Good link. Circled it around.
Right?
Yeah,
and
I like
that's
it.
when they fritz out and start giving you diseases. But if you give them good instructions, then they'll march in line like an army general.
That's fantastic. And then, you have to ask, where do you get this Lunasin stuff? And there's a lot of different places you can get it. Most soybeans will have it in one form or another that haven't been genetically modified. We've chosen Lunarich X, which is from a company that we're connected with, in full disclosure. But it has the best science. It's coming from the Missouri Plant Science Center and another nonprofit organization called Soy Labs. And talk about Lunarich X. What is it?
Sure. Lunarich X is, it comes in capsule form and it is the most pure concentrated Lunasin available on the market. And it's 5 to 10 times more potent than everything else on the market right now. And the great thing is not only the quality, but also, you hear about capsules and the fact that it's bioavailable, which means you're able to get in your bloodstream and it's easily absorbed. And it's just fantastic because people are already getting some great health benefits from it. Again, going back to cholesterol and inflammation and just all kinds of different issues that people are dealing with where they're realizing that they want to go a more natural route of taking care and actually preventing something. An ounce of prevention is worth more than a pound of cure. And it's fantastic that it's so accessible and, it's, very affordable. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, because again, like this is the stuff in this capsule is you'd have to eat 25 grams of like high-end soy powder. And most soy, again, they process it all out. So you're probably not gonna, like I get a ton of protein in a day. You're probably not getting that much Lunasin. You're getting protein, which is important. It keeps your body running, and it keeps you from getting malnourished. But it's not going to give you the cellular benefits. So like that McDonald's hamburger has protein in the meat.
Yes.
But it's not really good protein. So you can take these capsules and start getting better benefits. Get all the cellular epigenetic benefits when the food might not really be giving you.
And you're getting that Lunasin that's going to hopefully help you have those epigenetic triggers. Is that a good word?
Sure.
Yeah. Switches, yes. But it's really exciting for us as we've been looking at this and watching it come along, because it really, it's a turning point, to me. Like, I've grown up taking pills and medicines, and when you're sick, you go to the doctor and you get this, but what if you don't have to get sick as much? Or, what if your body's taking care of that? The body's the best doctor, I think. Right. What excites you about this?
Well, that's definitely part of it. Like, I'm kind of a geek. That's what I do.
You are?
A little bit.
I'm so confused.
Geek. So when you study science, you study the history of it, and I think a lot of people think it's boring, but it's important to know, like, people thought the world was flat, and then they didn't, or they thought, I was hearing about the guy who figured out molecules. Like, people thought water was an element, so the first guy to say, I think that's 3 things glued together. Like, he didn't understand it.
That's true.
So to see a new brand of science coming out, or a new study, is really, really cool for me. And there's a lot of these studies going on, and they're being funded by like the Department of Defense and Congress. Like,
I know, how crazy is that?
Taking this seriously.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see more of the science come out and find out, what the future of this holds. Definitely. And also, there's a point system that's developed, and the highest number on that is a 5. So I might have to be making
going for that 5. Like, that would be fantastic.
Just a thing I might have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anything else, Delia?
I think for me personally, I do enjoy the science of it, but it hits a lot closer to home in terms of my own personal health. A few years ago, I had an uncle that died of an aortal aneurysm, which means his heart just gave out on him. And it was in the middle of a family party, and it was really, really hard. My grandpa also had a really bad heart attack, had to have triple heart bypass. Fortunately, he survived. A lot of my aunts and uncles are on high blood pressure medication, cholesterol medication. My mom is on it. And I just, last year, was doing wellness checks at work, and they said that my blood pressure was a little high for my age. And, I just don't want to go the way of my family. And I love them so much. And I realized the gaping hole that was left in our family when someone didn't take care of themselves, and, not being able to be there for their children and their grandchildren. So for me, it's a very personal thing of wanting to be my healthiest and feel great and to be there for my family. And so, that's kind of why I do it. I'm very excited about the cholesterol and, again, heart health. I want to be heart healthy and
absolutely
healthy from the inside out.
And it's really fun. This is all new science still, too. So, we don't exactly know what all it's going to do. Like, we know what Lunasin is doing, but we don't know what Lunarich X is going to do. We just know that Lunarich X has really good, high concentrated Lunasin that we can take. And I'm really curious to see what it does for people. And I've seen it a few places in news articles. Lunarich has popped up, and I'm really curious to see what the next step is and where it comes from. It's almost like seeing a new Apple product come out, because it's so, you're like, who would have guessed we'd have iPads and iPhones 10 years ago, 15 years ago, whatever, because we were really happy with their computers.
Exactly.
And, they had something that was already amazing, and then they went to the next level. And I'm really, I don't even know. I go to lunasin.com, it's their scientific Lunasin page thing, and you just read through that, and I'm like, how did I not hear about this before? And it just blows my mind. So I'm really excited, anticipatory. How's that?
I think you've officially geeked out.
I geeked out a little bit because I really
at Starbucks, the 3.
It's that whole this is really cool, but I don't exactly know everything there is about it that makes it cool. It's like when you first pick up that iPhone or you first pick up that iPad, and you're like, oh my gosh, there's apps. And maybe that's what epigenetics are too, is they're the apps for your iPad.
Yeah.
I just came up with
genetic iPad.
Your genetic iPad has, yes.
So download the Lunasin app.
Yes. Do they have one yet? They should, though.
They should get on that.
But we're gonna follow this and see where it goes, and look into Lunasin, see what you think about it. Let's get a conversation going and see where the world takes us, because geeks can be interested in health too, I think.
Yeah.
And we have awesome computers, and we could be the first geeks with awesome bodies. Yeah, we've got Mr. Hulk over here.
I mean, I think geeks should be fit anyway, because they have all those really fancy costumes to go.
So how cool would that be? Yes, we just came
You
out.
want to look good in your, Captain America outfit.
This
or
is an
your Iron
epiphany,
Man.
isn't it? Yeah.
Think about it.
Of course you'd say Captain America.
Lightning
Or
just struck you.
Spider-Man, I'm not partial to any of them.
Captain America.
Yeah, so
So since this is developing and we're going to be learning new information as time goes on, if you have any questions or if you find out new information, you can send us a message on this channel or an email at dapsmagicgeekscorner@gmail.com.
Yeah, which is this channel, so it'll be perfect.
And we'll answer your questions. We'll have a discussion that way, or have a discussion down in the comments. Either way.
And as we learn more about epigenetics, we might revisit the thing, because it really is a cool thing, and we're looking forward to seeing where the science of epigenetics goes.
We're going to be the buffest geeks ever.
Yes. Better be soon, since I'm going to Jamaica. Huh? But anyway, I think that is about all the time we have for tonight. It's freezing cold out here, and
It is indeed.
epigenetics have not fixed that. So we'll see you around the corner.
Geek out.